Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Kenny from Poynte, and you guys are listening to BODS Radio Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, bring you guys awesome interviews. Brittany couldn't join us this evening, but that's all right. We're going to still do an awesome interview for her and for everyone that's out there listening this evening. I have Mr. Kenny Hathorne on the line with you right now. He's the vocalist from Poynte, and they are from Atlanta, Georgia. So, Kenny, how's it going, my man?
It's going really good, man. Just hanging out here in Atlanta doing a photo shoot.
You guys are doing pretty good right now. You got a big show coming up on Saturday, March the 7th with 10 years. But
yeah, we do.
Let's get right into your albums. How much growth have you seen this band go from Discreet Enemy to previous one before that one? How much growth have you seen?
Actually, we've seen quite a bit of growth. I mean, internally, especially with the members, you know, just on trying to develop an actual, I guess, a solid sound of saying who we are as a band, and especially fan-wise, we've seen a lot of growth, you know, as we've been playing out a lot of shows in the past, and we kind of took a little break to record this album, you know, so that was pretty much the hardest thing, I guess, you know, for the fans to, you know, get down behind, because, you know, they wanted us to come out and play shows a lot, but we kind of had to take a break just to get some solid material out for them, and we finally got that done, and we're ready to release it out for everyone. I think, you know, it's highly anticipated by our fans. You know, new listeners I think they're going to be blown away from, you know, what we've got under our belt. So
now, Discreet Enemy is the new one that's out right now, and then previous to that was One More Day. So what are some of your favorite tracks off the new album right now?
My favorites, there's a song on there called The Villain. It was one of the last songs that we kind of wrote in the studio. We you know, had to come up with something. We had like 9 songs, but we were like, that's an odd number for, you know, a full-length album. So we kind of, you know, put this together in the studio, and it turned out very well. It's one of my favorites on the album. The Villain and Erase Me is also one of my favorites off the record.
How much support do you guys get coming from Atlanta? Because I know Seven Dust is from that area and everything, but is there still a huge metal music scene, or is it kind of died down? How is it down there these days?
I can't say that there's a huge metal scene, but, you know, fans that out here are very loyal. So I can say that about Atlanta, like, and they do participate in shows. If you put in the work and go out and you know, pound the streets yourself and let them know you're really out here. You're not just sitting behind a computer on Facebook and only doing it that way, but you go out here and you really put your face out there. They're very loyal. They'll show up.
How are they reacting to the music being played live from you guys?
Oh man, it's great. Actually, it's I mean, a lot of people really are enthusiastic about us. You know, high energy from the crowds. You know, sometimes it depends. Like, if we're opening up for a, you know, bigger band, like, the crowd is kind of apprehensive at first, but, you know, as we've played in the set and really open up, they dig us a lot.
As far as writing, who is the main contributor for the writing? Is it just primarily you, or does everybody contribute to the writing process?
It's a collective thing. We kind of, like, someone, a guitar player, or, you know, whoever has a riff, it could be me, or, you know, the other guitar players, we might, you know, just sit down and riff something out at the time, or I might write something in my own time and bring it to the table. It's just kind of collective, you know, in all.
Do you guys prefer clubs, or have you got to play the festival scene? If so, what do you guys like better?
I mean, we've only done one festival, which was the Uproar Fest, and we won that through Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands, and that's kind of where we're at right now. We're trying to do more festivals, and, you know, we do the club thing and we're used to that scene, but we definitely want to do more festivals and go that route, because it seems like it's the better option for us to reach a wider range of audience.
Here's my thing with these contests and things like that for local bands. I think if you are one of the bands that actually win it, that hands down have the talent to win it, they should throw more in on it. Besides, okay, we'll let you play this festival.
Yeah, I totally agree. We only got to do the one day, and we only got, I think, 25 minutes, so it felt like it just went by so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And we had great response, and we were, but that's like, there's nothing we can really do about that. But like ever since we did that, we kind of want to put our feet in that area to see where we stand, where we can stand, mm-hmm. in places like that, because like I said, I just think it'd be better for us to in a better way to reach a bigger range of audience, because we're diverse. We're not like super heavy, and we're not like super soft either. So our music is really for anybody's ears, really.
Do you feel, Kenny, that since being a local band and plus not being like a huge national band, do you feel like you guys have to fight more to just get a show booked for you all?
Unfortunately, that's I'd have to say no, because every time we've asked, I think because we've built a name in Atlanta for ourselves, that
mm-hmm.
people know who we are, the venues know who we are, they already know what to expect from us, and they're really not apprehensive. We're just, pick and choose what bands we could, see ourselves playing with. So,
right.
We don't want to go play with some, Southern rock band that because we're not that. And just pairing up is pretty much everything to us to make sure we're the right fit for the crowd. And we, we don't want to burn up like a whole bunch of those connections either. Just go out here and just only play with locally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're trying to actually also just get out of Atlanta. Like we love our hometown, but this year for us, 2015, other states are going to be seeing a lot of us. We're going to be, touring the state a lot more.
So what can fans expect at a show from Poynte?
I can tell you right off the bat, we're going to be high energy. It's not going to be, fumbling around. We're going to straight up just, open the floodgates the whole time.
When you're on stage, man, and you hear the fans actually singing along with you, what's that mean to you guys?
Oh, that's everything for us, because, that right there tells us, that it's touching someone that, they're thinking about, what we put in, and they can relate to the situation or the topic that we chose. And that right there is better than money in my eyes.
It's kind of like the icing on the cake, it's like, people are paying attention to you guys and digging your sound.
Yeah.
So what do you think that Poynte brings to the table for music that others may not?
Well, we bring to the table that I guess I can't say that, I don't really know how to say that they're not bringing. It's just that we really put so much emphasis on the music, not just playing just straight root notes and really dumbing down the music. Every person in this band is very talented and is, a crafty musician. So we're open-minded to let them shine, not really dumb down the music a whole lot. And the topics we talk about are, we don't talk about a whole bunch of love stories and stuff like that. We have real drama and real, not really love stories, but real happiness going on in our lives, and talking about chicks all the time is just, I think that's played out, and, people can look for better substance in songs than that.
You can only do so many songs about the same subject for a length of time, and then it just gets old, and it's just like stale.
Absolutely.
It's like me. I love metal music, I love horror punk music, and I love punk music, but I see a lot of bands not putting guitar solos in some of the newer music that I'm listening to, and it disappoints me, because I feel like some of the metal, they're trying to push it away. Yeah,
I agree. Back in the 70s and 80s,
mm-hmm.
People used to shred all the time, and as a kid growing up and listening to music like that, I think that's also what, rock and roll today is missing. Guitar players that are able to play their instruments, well,
mm-hmm.
and instead of doing a whole lot of heavy breakdowns. I think that's a cheesy way to get out of a song, really.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the breakdowns, but sometimes you've got to have that guitar solo in there to have the oomph to that song, and it misses.
Absolutely, I agree.
So how much is writing a relief for you?
It's very therapeutic for me, like in any aspect. If I'm having a great day or a bad day, that's the way I've been. I don't really watch a whole lot of television. I don't have a favorite TV show or anything like that. So music is really my life. So that's the only way I can really have an outlet is through my words and my melody. So, and that, like I said, it's just very therapeutic for me.
And it's crazy how what you write down on paper affects everyone else that listens to that song.
Yeah, man, like that, like you said earlier, that's, I've seen, a few times that people, crowd doesn't even know who we are. And, by the second chorus, they have paid attention enough to the lyrics. They're singing along, and I can, that touches me right there. So, like I said, it's just better than money, man, when you can reach people like that.
What would you say your most nightmarish of a show was, or if any?
I really don't know. It's hard to say which one. I can't, pick an exact one. So, I've played with Non-Point a few times, and those were really great shows. Their crowd is very intense, and like I said, they're loyal. So I really can't say. I enjoy just doing shows in general. So
is it a little intimidating though to play with big national bands like that at all?
Not really for me. I feel it as a privilege to be able to share the stage with bands of that status. I really do.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate a lot of the bands that I've played with. I also listen to as a younger man, and now that I get to share the stage with them, it's great.
Since it's the digital age, Kenny, do you think that it's helped bands out a lot like you guys, being local and everything, getting your music out there, plus social media and everything? What's your take on that?
It's kind of a flip-flop for me. It's great, absolutely great that people are able to access music that way, and you can get anything, but also at the same time, I miss the whole nostalgia of going and purchasing the actual record and opening up the album and seeing the album artwork and the lyric sheets, and I miss that part of it. Not that you can't get it on, a digital screen and see the same thing, but it's just, for me, it's just the whole, like I said, the nostalgia of actually going, the anticipation of the album. Now you have it, so quick on your phones and everything else. But at the same time, it's great for, people to access local bands like myself and, get a hold of music that easily. But I'm kind of up and down on that.
Is there any bands that you guys have not got to play with yet that you would love to get a chance to play with?
Oh, absolutely. There's quite a few bands that, we all, would love to play with. We were just talking about that over lunch today, which bands we would like to, possibly tour with or play with. And, and it's a wide range. That's the thing. It's like everybody in the band picks some kind of spectrum that's totally different.
And the reason why I bring that up, ladies and gentlemen, is because I want to read to you guys who they played with so far, and it's pretty impressive. They played with Saliva, Drowning Pool, Fuel, Taproot. Taproot is unbelievable. Flaw is awesome. They're from Louisville, Kentucky. Shaman's Harvest, Pop Evil, The Parliament, Funkadelic. Oh my geez, that's awesome. That's just, and plus some members of Rat, and plus LA Guns, Puddle of Mud, Alice Cooper, Guns N' Roses. Kenny, this is very impressive from you guys, dude.
Yeah, we have played with a lot of different bands. It's funny, Parliament, Funkadelic. That was we were blown away that we were opening up for them. George Clinton and P-Funk were like, wow, it's crazy. But we have definitely played with some prestigious bands out here, and we've have a lot of great memories with those bands, and we want to continue to keep doing that. It's not even about just playing with big, huge bands. We were lucky to be able to play with those bands, but at the same time, every show to us, like, we try to emphasize just as much, even if, it's a bar or, anywhere else. We try to, play just like we're playing in front of a crowd, to their crowd, like that big. We don't have a huge following here, but we like to pretend like whenever we go out of state, to act as if there's 10,000 people there every time we play, even if there's not, so.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I bring this up is because Saturday, March the 7th, you guys are, I guess, the opening band for 10 years. And
yeah.
10 years is one hell of a band, and that's
yes,
awesome. I'm glad you get to open up for those guys.
Yeah, we've played with them a few times, and every time they've been absolutely incredible. And we're just honored that they, asked us to play the show here in Atlanta, and they have a more intimate concert going on, with, I think, the Masquerade. They are, having like a meet and greet with the fans, teaching them how to play the drum parts and guitar parts, and sing a song on stage with Jesse, the singer, and then afterwards an after party, which is incredible. So I really respect those guys on every level, really.
I'll tell you what, man, what would you say, if you could pick one song by you guys, by Poynte, what would you say the song that best describes you? Best describes us. I'd say Hold On. Hold On is, that song is about not giving up, your passion, your dream, whatever it is. If it's, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer or a soldier. It's to keep fighting. Keep fighting for your dream, and that's what the song is about. That's going to be our next single, and we're going to be putting out, we just recorded a music video for the song, so we're going to be releasing that here shortly. I'm just going to say that you guys have total support from BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio, so anything that you need us to do for you guys, do not hesitate to reach out to me, and we'll get it done for you guys. We appreciate that, man. Tell you what, how can people stay in touch with you guys, buy your merch, come check out your shows? How can they do that? Well, you can go on, obviously Facebook, Facebook.com. You can check us out there. You can check us out on Reverb Nation, iTunes, Spotify. We're on all those things right there. And like I said, Facebook is, obviously the main way it's direct link to us, and everybody that's in this band is always on there, whether it be, the guitar player or the vocalist. Everybody's active on there, and you can talk to it directly. So it's, and that's Poynte.com or Poynte Band on Facebook. Everybody, they have 2 albums that are out right now. They have Discreet Enemy, and they also have One More Day. Go check them out. I got a list of a couple of their tracks. Very good stuff. Really impressed with these guys. And like I said, they will be played here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Kenny, before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for the show? This is Kenny from Poynte, and you guys are listening to BODS Radio Hour. All right, everybody, stick around, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Thanks, Kenny. All right, man. Thank you.
to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.